What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Greenleaf Season 4, Episode 2. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. So, look, we pick up with the next morning after that fiasco of a fight last week. Charity done rolled up on Gigi. She didn't apologize. She playing nice. She doing the old, I want my sister back. I love you so much. I'm so sorry. I was just disappointed. And Gigi falling right for it. Yeah, it's okay. You were just disappointed. We're going to pray on it. It's going to be all right. God's going to fix this. And she said, well, I know I can't come back as the assistant pastor, but do you think I could come back as the minister of music? And she said, well, I have to ask Philip. His name Philip. I was calling him Paul all last week. Y'all got it me together in the comments. I know his name was Philip. Got it. She said, well, I can ask, but I can't promise. And, of course, Charity already knows she going to get the job because her and Philip are in cahoots, okay? And she walks up out of there, honey, and she gives that look back with that smirk on her face like, yeah, man, I got this. Gigi gets to work the next day, honey. Well, no, before we get there, the ladies are going off on a shopping excursion, but Gigi got to go to work. So it's Zora, what's that baby's name? I get one name and lose the other one. But Gigi's daughter and May, they going off for a little shopping excursion, honey. Carissa is still looking for houses, honey, trying to get up out the mansion. I don't know why she want to get out the mansion, but she want to get out the mansion. Gigi gets to work, and of course, as soon as she hits the door, Corinne is there with 500 things for her to do. Corinne keep a job, don't she? It don't matter who is in that pastor's office. Corinne keep her a damn job, honey. Anyway, Gigi asked, cause it's Jacob's first day at work too, and she said, "Look, can you help a sister out and take some of this stuff up off my plate? You go meet with Philip. He always got 500 things he want to talk to me about. You go meet with him about. They want to talk about the kids' summer camp. Yeah, you go handle that." Gigi walk up in her office. Who's sitting there? Baby. Noah's sitting there. He giving her the. I mean, if looks could kill Gigi, we be at a funeral right now because Gigi be dead. And what we find out is when Gigi left town, she was pregnant. All that stuff was going on with Faith and Mac and all of that. She left for Arizona. She said, I didn't tell you I was pregnant because I know you wouldn't approve of me having an abortion. And at that time, I wasn't having no baby. He said, but it's a baby here. She said, yeah, let me tell you what happened. Funny story. Went to the clinic. Couldn't go through with it. So I had an adoption. She said, so it's not that she raised this child. She said, he contacted me when he turned 18 and the records were unsealed. I know that there are different laws in different states about closed and open adoption. So ain't no need going into all of the what's illegal, what's law, what's not. Because the laws are different from state to state with adoptions. But neither here nor there. He contacted her then. And Gigi was like, look, my ex-husband was on my back. I didn't know how to tell baby girl. What's that baby's name? Y'all gonna tear me up in the comments again. Anyway, I get one and lose another. And so Noah was like, Noah was sort of judging her a little bit. She was like, oh, don't judge me. Why don't you tell Isabella, his wife? He said, hell no, she would leave me. He said, the fact that you of all people got my baby and I can't get her pregnant, oh hell no, she divorced me. She said, okay, but don't judge me. Because when AJ is his name, when he contacted me, I was in the same type of situation. I'm dealing with this with the crazy ex-husband, and my daughter's like 10 years old. Like, I didn't know how to handle that. And so Gigi said, look, but I do want to make it right now. He said, all right, well, he get out of jail tomorrow. Go and give him a call. I said, well, dang, Noah, did you talk to the boy? How you know all this? And as Noah's leaving up out of Calvary, well, Hope and Harmony now, he runs into Jacob. Jacob is giving him the old, what's up, brother? How you doing? Long time no see. Want to go shoot the shit? Blah, blah, blah. He was like, look, I'm in town visiting some family. I just came through to say what's up. Don't tell nobody I was here, though. I don't want them to think I was rude. Jacob was like, all right, then. Now, back to the house. Bishop has a talk with old Charity. And they do a whole little, unforgettable thing, whatever. And he tells her, look, I know things are not where you want them to be, but you are the heart of this family. Just give it time. God's going to work this out. You my boo. You my baby girl. And, daddy loves you. And so now she's sort of having second thoughts. So she meets up with Philip and tells Philip she's sort of having second thoughts. Boy, let me tell you something. This Philip can sell. He a snake oil salesman, honey, because he had charity. Not that it's hard. Let's be clear. It ain't hard to wrap charity around your finger. All you do is tell her how beautiful she is and how smart she is. Because I guess ain't nobody ever told her that before. But at the end of the day, he turns it back around and says, look, he say that you the heart of the family. Is that how they treat you? She was like, sometimes. He was like, all right, well, I know you think I'm being nice to you just because I want you to do my dirty work for me. No, I know that's not why. He said, because look, that ain't it. He said, but I just see something in you that everybody else just seems to overlook. And honey, by the time it was over with, she was just a sniddling and grinning. And he told her how, of course, he had to put a cherry on top and tell her how beautiful she was. She said, you make me shy. He was like, oh, you beautiful like that. Oh, Lord. I said, Charity, did you not learn your lesson with the producer? Did you not learn your lesson with the producer? Anyway, so she back on board, honey. She back on board. Now, Jacob done met with Philip about this summer camp. And Philip said, look, basically, to make a long story short, they don't want to pay for the camp. And Jacob said, we've been sending kids to this camp for years. They can get in touch with their heritage and learn, eat, music and food and dance and their history, And he was like, well, Hope and Harmony is more of a diverse church. It's more of a diverse church. And he said, well, we're not here for all this diversity. Jacob said they get enough diversity in their day-to-day life. This is a time for them to really get to know their heritage and get to know who they are. And he said, well, you let Gigi know we ain't paying for this. And Jacob was like, but we've been doing this for 20 years. He said, I don't care. We ain't paying for it. And next time you let Gigi know that when I ask to meet with her, give me the courtesy of meeting with me. Basically, don't put me off to your flunky. And then he hit Jacob with the brother. I said, oh, Lord, here we go. In the meantime and in between time, Deaconess, what's her name? Deaconess, it's not Clarissa. Clarissa is the wife. Why I can't get these names right? I could see her face. Connie, thank you. Whoo. I knew it was a C. That daggone Connie done sent Lady May an invoice from her day with Lady May. For how far she went over budget. It was something like $38,000. Honey, Lady May is fuming. She come back from shopping. She done tore up the dressing room, threw her cell phone and broke the mirror in the dressing room, honey. And Bishop, now remember last week she told Bishop, you better bring it. So Bishop done bought them plane tickets to Paris, honey. And he's sitting on the steps waiting for her when she get home. But she's so hot. And she's going off about Connie and how dare she. And oh, honey, she talked about Connie like a good old dog. And Bishop was like, well, he's listening to her and everything. And he said, the audacity of her sending an invoice. She said, but that's not the point. It's not the point of her sending this invoice. It's what she's doing. And I know what she's doing. I see you, you see me, we see each other. Okay? And now Bishop's standing there with these plane tickets. And she said, what's that? He said, nothing. It's just a bid for an exterminator. She told him to send that exterminator over Connie's house and kill everything on 4 legs and start with Connie. I said, oh, damn. I said, she is on one. Grace has a conversation with Jacob, and Jacob tells her what Philip had to say about the camp. Grace said, just go on and put down a deposit. I'll pay the difference. Jacob was like, say what? Say who? She said, I got that. He said, you got that kind of money? She was like, yeah. He said, well, I'm glad somebody around here is saving their money, because him and Carissa ain't even got money to put down on a down payment on this damn house Carissa won. But I didn't know Gigi had it like that either, but Gigi seemed to have it like that. In the meantime, Connie done went to this open house, and she trying to get this house that she knows she can't afford, honey. And the realtor then she done told the realtor, don't worry about it. We gonna work something out. The realtor was like, okay, while she was, schmoozing some other clients. Jacob done met with this basketball player that he's supposed to be the life coach for. And of course, he's just stereotypical young guy with a bunch of money, life, live hard, die young type mentality. And he's talking to him or whatever. And dude was like, look, let me tell you something. He said, I know the team is taking care of you a little bit, but let me go ahead and hit you with a few extra dollars, basically pretty much for you just leave me alone. He said, look, I don't need the team and my business every time I want to drop 10 stacks down to the club. So let me hit you with a little something, something. And basically, we just going to agree that you here, and I'm going to go off and do what I need to do. Jacob was like, I don't want your money. He said, I really want to work with you. I really want us to try to, basically get through to you or what have you. But I really don't want your money. And the boy was like, you know what? All right. He said, that's $10,000. Jacob said, I understand that, but here. He said, I used to be like you. I never thought the check was going to come. He said, but eventually the check comes. So you hold on to that, okay? And the boy looks at Jacob. He said, you know what? That was a test. I just wanted to see if you was as much of a holy man as my mother said you were. And he dapped him up and everything, and then he rolled out with his boy. And that sort of gave you could see Jacob was like, he was proud of him damn self. Because, 2 years ago, Jacob would have took that 10,000, honey. He took that. Like, thank you, bruh. Jacob and Gigi had a conversation about the camp. I already said that part. My bad. Gigi talks to Philip about the camp. And Philip, again, he's impressed that Gigi going to pay for it, too. She said, look, I'm paying for it out of my pocket. He said, that's going to be, she said $100,000. Yeah, I got that. And he kind of looked at her. He was like, okay. He said, we'll pay the difference this time. He said, but next time, because he was telling her how she need to answer to him. And she said, I don't work for you. He said, I'm the Southern minister. Anybody in this region, they come to me for counsel and advice. She said, and when I need your counsel and your advice, I'll call you. But in the meantime, I'm good. So then she brings up the thing about Charity. She said, I told Charity you wouldn't go for it, of her coming back as minister of music. Before she could finish, she said, she good. Charity can come back because, of course, we know why. And Grace is looking at him like, say what? Because, last week, he ain't want no parts of none of them being up in there. So Gigi ain't too bright sometimes, so she probably ain't connected no dots yet. She too busy with this whole situation with her son, okay? Zora and baby girl, they done decided, she decided she might not go to Hampton for summer classes after all, that she want to stay around and hang out with Zora for a little while. Zora said, okay, well, move down here in the bungalow with me and go to Bible study with grandma. Now, baby girl still ain't feeling church. And she was like, look, I'll wake you up in time to get the Bible study, but nah, I ain't going. And so we see that she's still having her inner struggle with the church. Corinne done slid Bishop some documents that prove that Connie got paid off by Hope and Harmony. And when Bishop gives that documentation to May tells him, look, this is not how we going to win the church back. She said, this is the exact reason why they kicked you out. You can't be trusted. You do underhanded stuff like this. Bishop was like, say what? Like, I'm trying to help you. Like, I'm trying to help you get to church. She said, I get it, but this is not how we going to do it. She said, I've been praying. God done put it on my heart. And I need to keep you clean. I need to keep temptation out of your hands, because this is not how we're going to make this work. This is not how this is going to happen. She said, so, Bishop, I'm going to go ahead and take these documents from you. She said, who gave you this, Corinne? And he wouldn't tell her that Corinne, look, if you're going to do an undercover stunt, meeting in the middle of the church parking lot under the church light is not the place to do it, okay? You got Corinne standing in the middle of the damn parking lot in the middle of the night with some sunglasses on and a black coat with these documents talking about I could get fired for giving you this. Then maybe y'all should have met down to the IHOP. Maybe y'all should have met down to the CVS in aisle 9, and you slid it to him as you walk by. How you gonna meet in the parking lot under the light, under the sign that say Hope and Harmony, and some sunglasses? It's pitch black outside. Yeah, that wasn't obvious at all. That wasn't obvious at all. And you mean to tell me you think I believe that there ain't no cameras out there and they saw that whole transaction? Child, please. Anyway, neither here nor there. But she lets Bishop know, like, look, this is not how we gonna make this happen. Like, we gotta do things different if we want it. And when it's right, when God gives it back to us, then we'll be right. We're gonna get this back the right way. And the next day, Lady Mae goes to visit Corinne, and she has a conversation. She don't come right out and say, look, I know that's what you did. But Corinne know that she know. And she says, look, I might need you in the future, so I'm gonna need you to not get fired. So, don't do stuff like that no more. And she said it real nicely. Like, she didn't totally chastise her, but she was really nice about it. And then she gives her an envelope. She said, and you give that to Connie before the board meeting. And she paid in full. Whatever that invoice was for, that $38,000, she gave a check for it. She said, and you let it be known that Lady Mae pays her debts, okay? You let it be known. And she quoted the scripture. Grace sits down and tells baby girl about the son. I don't know how I felt about that situation. I don't know. I understand why she told her, and I'm not saying she shouldn't have told her. I don't know. I don't know if that was the right timing for it. Maybe you should have went to Arizona first. I don't know. But baby girl did not respond positively, okay? Baby girl was not happy. She called her mama a hypocrite. She said she was going to Hampton the next day by herself. Now, she had just told Zora she was going to stay for the summer. But she ain't got no parts of... She ain't here for it. She ain't got no parts of this with Grace. And she getting her ass up out of town. She called her daddy. Because Grace said, that's too far for you to drive. You're not driving to Hampton by yourself. She was like, I am and I will. See, I don't know about these children just telling parents what they gonna do and what they not gonna do. Just because you 18, you still live in my house. And that's that car. I bought that car. Go on and hitchhike your ass to Hampton with your dorm. How about that? How you gonna get to Hampton? Because I bought that car. See, that's what I would have said. But Grace ain't say that. The next morning, baby girl done packed up her car, honey. She done called her daddy. Daddy meeting her at the airport. And he driving with her to Hampton. Lady Mae caught the tail end of it. Lady Mae said, Grace, you want... And she really is trying with Grace. I think she really is. Because, last year, Lady Mae would have blamed her and said, what did you do now, Grace? She said, Grace, what's wrong? You want to talk about it? Grace ain't ready to talk. And, of course, Zora was blindsided because Zora was like, yesterday we was decorating. What happened? But baby girl done left for Hampton, honey. And Grace tried to say, I love you before she pulled off. And the baby girl wouldn't say it back to Grace. She said, I heard you. And pulled off, honey. Poor Bishop. Bishop done got these tickets for May to go to Paris. And made him put him in his place, honey. She done humbled him a little bit. And he done put them tickets back in that envelope and put it in his top drawer. I guess he said, this ain't the time or the place for this little excursion. She ain't ready for it. So, I felt a little bad for Bishop. He thought he was doing a good thing for Lady Mae with the tickets and with that paperwork. But Lady Mae ain't here for it. She trying to do things a little differently. Jacob and Carissa, honey. Jacob and Carissa. Carissa decided that they should sell that land. I forgot all about that damn land they got across the street from the church, honey. Carissa wants to sell the land so they could buy the house. Jacob said no. He said, I'm not ready to sell the land. He said, I did something really good today with that young man. And I think, God is telling me that there's a bigger plan for that land. She said, well, can we at least get an appraisal done on it? He said, no, I'm telling you. He was like, no, I'm asking you. Give me a moment. Let me pray on it. Give me some time. And if God don't give me a word, I think he said a week. I think that's what he said. He said, if God don't give me a word in a week, and I'll be honest with you, I'll let you know, then I'll come back. Y'all know what Carissa did, right? Carissa emailed that realtor the next day. And all we saw of that email was Jacob and I. Because she said, my name is on that deed too. And Jacob was like, I know. But, give me a minute. Let's figure this out. Because I really think God has bigger plans for that property. And then we see Jacob praying. We see him at the gym where he was with the young man. And he's really praying. He really is sincere that he's praying to figure out what the right move is. Last but not least, baby. Gigi done called down. Well, she done got in touch with the AJ down to the jail in Arizona. AJ about to get out of jail. And really, for real, AJ need money. That's really the only reason why he reached out to Grace. I mean, I'm not saying he's not looking for a mom, but he's looking for money. And Grace agreed. She said, you know, you need a place to stay and you need some money. He was like, yeah. And he was like, so you gonna help or what? Because of course, I mean, he don't have no relationship with her, and he's probably angry at her because he's like, you gave me away, and he probably feels like that's the least you can do at this point. You done gave me away. That's the least you can do is give me some money and take care of me. And so she agrees to do it. She agrees to do it. He was like, thanks, and hangs up the phone. Well, I don't even know if he said thank you. I think he might have said all right. Whatever he said though, he showing up slammed that phone in her damn face, honey. So, oh, the other thing was when Lady Mae walked up on Corinne, she was talking to Charity, and Charity was trying to get some juice up out of her. So we already see Charity on the job, honey. Charity already on the job trying to be 007, a secret agent over there. But that's where it ended, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.